Okay. It would, any welfare that comes through would come out of whatever line item they're asking for, and it would show up, but
You're doing a good job.
Barring the government stepping in to try to help us out.
Exactly.
We should be able to keep it low. All right, any other comments from the public?
I would suggest that you get that letter out ASAP because I'm not sure when that bill's going to her desk.
Well, I will email that tomorrow morning, and we have that sort of.
Are you going to email it against me?
We only removed one word, correct?
Oh,
Suppose.
I'm sorry, I used the same document that I was complaining about, something else.
Is it yours?
Let's see if I have that.
Oh, are you going to talk about Bristol Bird?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Was I?
Did you see that? You see where that is?
Yeah.
And I'll swing by in the morning. We were going to wake you up.
Oh, yeah.
We have an off day. So I'll try in the morning too.
I didn't realize.
yes, I'm going to get it out because I'm not sure how soon it's getting to her and how quick she's going to be.
I can email it tonight. So, and then we'll follow up.
Well, he emailed that you won't get your receipt because we request receipt.
I'll do
No,
both.
we're going to do both.
We'll do both.
What are you going to email this against me?
I had intended to send it directly to the governor tonight. And
You don't want a letterhead?
Send hard copies.
No, I'm just going to send the text of this in an email from this.
Well, send her a text
To the governor, and
To
then
the
I'm going to
governor.
send a registered letter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so they'll show it to
ASAP.
Do you have it digitally in your computer?
me?
Yeah, do you have his thing digitally in your?
Yes, I printed it out tonight when
Yeah,
I
it's
came in.
already there. All right. Is there any other business we need to
I
discuss
have
this
some
evening?
more.
Please.
Also, when we get over it. Or Rocky, there you go. The fire department's insurance costs for the new members, I'm told that there aren't really very many new members, but do we want at some point to make sure that Ken doesn't start filing all of these medical reports for new members at $1,000 a whack?
You're talking about the,
Fire department.
it is, yeah, it's not insurance cost, it is the cost for their required physical.
Physical, which is, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I don't know what he's doing. Kelly said he's not doing much, so I don't think it's that.
Okay.
He hasn't had a lot of new members come in. I think he's very conscientious, so he's coming in asking for, the budget printout and his expenses.
I think we probably want to, do we talk to him next week?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
make sure that's on the list.
Yes, make sure it's on the list.
I should have talked to David when he was here. Originally we were going to do a mowing contract on the side of the road. We've never pursued that. We've never talked about that.
We did pursue that last year. I was trying to find some of Joel's emails.
I was hoping he'd be able to take somebody and put him on that and just do but apparently he doesn't want to do that.
If we could get one contractor who could accomplish both things, that would be my best solution.
Both this and the.
Do you think that?
You're talking two different beasts.
I thought they were talking about renting equipment.
Yeah. Basically what we're looking at is I found a gentleman that would actually do the same guy that's Ackworth. The other thought was to rent a machine and then hire our own guy to run it.
Right.
And do it like that.
Okay. So your guy for Ackworth, do we end up with a?
I haven't, the number, I have discussed him, he's called me a couple times over what's going on. I said, well, right now is,
Okay.
I mean, I can
Let's
give you his
revisit
number and
that.
stuff and.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do
So
that.
we may have a guy who we can do that.
Okay, you've, remember John Wiles recommended we have a budget calendar?
Yes.
Do you know what he meant by that?
Yes. What it basically means is that we began our meetings with department heads on August 1st to start preparing budgets.
So we're already doing the building.
We're doing mean, yeah, we're doing a little bit more than that, but we have that document and we will follow.
So we've accepted that policy, which is.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know what,
It doesn't really kick in until the budget cycle really starts.
and what happens then.
Then we're gonna have, DPW meeting one, first meeting, and then we'll go through all the departments, and then it will be a scheduled.
Is it something Kelly has to make an actual
Yes.
calendar of?
Yes, and I can forward you the stuff that we were provided by the AABC. Basically, the only thing you need to change on is to move everything up a month, because I don't trust us to not get behind.
Okay. Is that within the Harris program?
No, you guys will probably print something out in Microsoft Publisher and tack it up on the wall. Or we could actually put it into, the internet.
Okay, so it's something new that we don't already have.
Don't even, think of it just as a schedule that we're gonna impose upon ourselves to make sure we get through the budget process in a timely fashion.
Which they already had their own, the office already had their own schedule as far as what they have to do.
They have certain regulatory things like that.
Yeah.
We're talking about the process of actual budgeting.
Budgeting it.
There are hard dates in there that we have to do certain
Yeah.
things, yes, you're correct.
And you might want to put some of those on our schedule.
I think once we work this up, we'll put the regulatory
In
points
there.
in there too.
Okay.
That would be a great idea.
A while back, quite a while back, a month or more back, we talked about the town's liability for residents in a home that's unsafe living conditions, and you were going to access municipal legal to see if we really did have any liability issues for that. Did you get anywhere with that?
I don't know. Let me follow up. I either did, I don't remember it, and it's in my email, or I didn't, and then I email tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't mind leaving the condition the way it is. I'm curious to know what the town's liability
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
You with me?
For a person we're allowing to live in an unsafe home
Yeah.
because we have not seized it
Yeah.
through a tax.
Yep, you got it. Okay. Email. I've accessed, how should I say this? I've done a lot of the bulk work. In other words, I set up a separate account. I know I got all of the emails and everything, but there's something I'm not doing right. And I need some help getting. Either I have the different fields incorrectly configured, or I don't have the right passwords, or the IPO address, or whatever. I don't know what it is. I've done all I can, but I'm close. It says I've set it up, but I just can't send email.
Okay. I guess I think I should be the IT support. Try swing by your place tomorrow. We'll take a look at it.
You probably want me there too, don't you?
Let's fix it so we can use it.
The end of the mat, into your password. Never mind, the password's on a sticky note underneath your keyboard. I know that.
What kind?
I was gonna say, we're meeting in here to sign off on this. We can do it right after that.
Okay.
There's so many passwords
before or
for
after?
everything.
Do you need some help too?
I do not have time for it, so.
Okay, I was gonna say I could swing by and
Password.
hook it up on your phone.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
I get it. That, I get it.
No,
Work for it, I use.
I was just gonna say, if I was down that
See,
direction.
I'm much more efficient than you, I have plenty of
Well,
time.
'cause I have
He's retired. All right, what else you got? That's it? Yeah, that's what
You did the whole list.
Rock, you have anything?
I say we put this off, what is that? Put what off?
The line by line. All right, we will put that off until next week.
Oh,
And actually, that might not be a bad idea because
Was that line by
David is
line?
always gonna be,
was that the whole budget line?
yes,
Oh, my God.
do that every month.
You were gonna do that?
Yeah. So let's make it a change so that we do the line
We
by
could
line.
meet twice a week, you know.
We could, that's a great idea.
You're gonna have to take your own minutes, I'm sorry.
So, let's move our monthly line by line budget review to the night that we have Kim here, not when we have David here.
slippery slope there, you're already.
I know. We're not gonna go down. Right now, we have exceeded the line by line budget reviews of all of last year
Yeah, yes, we have.
by doing it twice. So, yeah, if we try to do it on a night that we have David here, it's always gonna be a real deal. Okay. Anything else, any other comments from the public, please?
Not that we have to discuss this tonight, but at some point I'd like to discuss the Thompson property on Gilson Mine Road.
Okay. Would you like to be put on the agenda next week?
She wants to do it right now. That's good.
No, I don't have to do it now.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Please.
Now?
Yeah, absolutely. Get it done.
Do you want to come down here?
We've got a minute.
Discussed this before, it's been brought up before. It never went anywhere other than, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, Mike went and talked with him, Mike Jasmine.
Right.
And nothing changed. It's just all of that stuff that's there.
Junkyard.
Yeah. If there's anything that can be done about that, I guess
It's next to your house.
in the past I've,
It's my driveway.
yeah. I guess been told that we need an ordinance or that only two unregistered vehicles can be on a property legally. I'm assuming that there are a lot more than that there.
Is that a state law?
So
I don't know.
this is not the first time that this issue has come up, because there's another one in town that we get calls about all the time. So we looked into this, there was a state law that stated only X amount of unregistered vehicles were allowed on the property. There's no longer that state law. If the town wants to have an ordinance, then the town needs to have an ordinance. But as far as, we have nothing to enforce or say, you can't have X amount of unregistered vehicles, you can't have all this junk and trash. We don't have an ordinance, we don't have anything to enforce that, as much as it bothers, neighbors, our hands are tied.
How do we get an ordinance?
No, yeah, that's the question. Our hands aren't tied. The question is.
Well, right now, because we don't have an ordinance, we don't have
Exactly.
anything, right.
So, what sort of ordinance would anyone like us to entertain? And then we can discuss what the implications of implementing that ordinance may be. So, as both of you kind of talked about, we could come up with an ordinance that says that, you can't have more than X number of cars on the property, and that, every gate must be painted white, whatever you want to say. But to implement that ordinance, we have to have some method of enforcement, and then we have to have all the processes that go along with that. How do we enforce, and what are the fines, and if you don't pay, what are the results of that? That's, I think, number one, we need to identify what the problem is that's being proposed to be solved. And number two, then, if so, then how do we go about it?
I don't know if any of you know any of the selectmen in Ackworth, but you should have a conversation with them. They have spent a boatload of money trying to get some of these junkyards slashed. People that have lots of cars in their yards closed.
Have they been successful?
As of now, no.
That's very important. You're opening
But
up
they have,
lungs.
they've got the core and, everything to enforce that in Ackworth, and it just makes sense. I would highly recommend one of you just touch base with
It's
Ackworth.
not just cars, it's,
I've been by them. Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
But any of that stuff to enforce that, you have to take them to court. That's what you do.
Is there, I know I saw at one point in the fall, I guess, a horse or a pony, not on the edge of the road, but inside down the driveway, surrounded by shit. Not literally shit, but, shit.
Like I read
Talking about garbage in the yard or results of said.
I went campaigning at
I don't know.
years ago.
I'm under the impression, and maybe Rock knows, I don't know, your neighbor, that she works for the Monadnock Humane Society. Okay.
I think we may be getting into a level of this. As far as ordinances that may be in violation, that are enforceable, I think what we can do is double check and see if we do have anything that actually exists. You're saying no.
We do
when you
not,
said
we do
just
not,
don't.
because we've had another concern that's come up, not with this property, but another property.
Understand?
last few weeks, and we don't have a town ordinance. There was a state law, there's no longer a state law requiring that, so we did some research, so.
What happened to the state law?
It got old and died.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Stages probably got it on.
I'm not quite sure, but, yeah.
I understand that Mr. Johnson and Ms. White were very nice people who would bend over backwards to help any of their neighbors. And, you know, but, I mean, it's just, I've seen it, so.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, the question is, is the property in violation
We have work to do.
of some state law? Is something going on there, state, county, town? If so,
One of their workers
then
is not keeping
do we
the
pursue
horse.
it?
If it's the one
And
I
if
saw
there,
back
nothing like that exists, does
2
the
years
town
ago,
feel it's in our
they
best
told the
interest
neighbor to keep an
to
eye on it.
to enact some sort of law?
Well, it's right there on the Mine Road as you come, you know, anybody coming into Alstead
It was on
from that direction, you have to pass that. It's not out somewhere hidden, you know, not that it's right there, not that it's right to have it there either, but.
And we're certainly not the only town that suffers from this
No,
challenge, as you said, with Aqua, and I've driven into a few small towns all around Cheshire County.
How much property does one have from the edge of the road? I mean, is all of that in the front there his property?
Yeah. He probably owns the center of it.
Yeah,
To the
there'll be
center.
that, and the town may possess, do we possess a right of way? Is there a flat number?
How that's it, then it's in the way.
That's how we judge it, yeah. In other words, if the road's this wide, your property ends up here, the town may still say you may not put things within 4 feet.
If we do, we have an ordinance.
During the winter time, there's no parking ban.
We do
We
have
have
that.
an ordinance. We just passed.
We did just pass.
What is the ordinance?
It's a
They can't
winter
park.
ordinance.
Yeah. They can't park in the way of the plow.
Now, does the stuff have to be on wheels
What stuff?
that he has there? Anything, that anybody has there on, you know, on.
What's the ordinance, and we should get a copy of that and have all three of us sign it, by the way, at some point, and get it posted. What the ordinance says, if I can recall, is that the town's not responsible if they hit something that somebody parked on the right of way.
It also details sort of, in general, what our plan is for snow removal, how many inches
Yeah.
require us to go out there and start.
But that's not what, if she's, if you put in the.
If it's a building or something like that, then they have to get the setbacks. But if it's just a park, or, you know, RV or anything like that, truck or anything like that.
We've never signed that.
Yeah, far enough now.
We used to do it, and then we came back here.
Yeah.
And if it was signed, it's never been.
Look at the car right down here, I don't like the church. Right there. Yes.
I have a,
Doesn't sound encouraging.
I hope he's done it. I have a observation.
I don't like
You see that in that, there are all these around?
Yes.
It belongs to our health officer. I'm wondering if our health officer died.
I've not seen our health officer since right before Mother's Day. He has a little bit of a help.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
But I hope somebody doesn't have a big issue.
Yes, we do.
It's zero in the budget.
I might have no budget, but we still have a health officer.
Who is our health officer?
Mike Chester. All right. I wish
Well, thank you.
I don't have another answer for you. If you want to think about that, research it, see what other towns. I think we can do the same, and we can certainly talk to the Aqua selectmen.
They're experts on it.
Experts.
See if you can come up with a proposal for us
Yeah.
that we could do.
But you have to put that in front of the voters, though?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, it would have.
Perhaps.
Well, I think, I have no idea.
You gotta know what's going on.
Yeah. Minimally, we would want to have public
Yeah,
hearings and
you're right.
things like that on a proposal.
So we want to open that bucket of worms.
All right. Any other
Someone
business?
keeps buying up land.